All right, cool. If you see the video up there, that's just me in the Amazon rainforest. I'm gonna always try to give y'all visuals of my research in Amazon. Okay, now I am responding. Let me see. Let me get your name specifically here. Serotonin serum. So I responded. She said, "Can you teach me what that means?" And what is she talking about? What is what means? She's referring to a specific video. So we're gonna watch the video briefly, and then we will just break down what it is that she's asking me, which is, for some advice about what does this mean. Let a woman learn with a quiet spirit and submissively. Moreover, in the area of teaching, when it comes to teaching, it's not that you just can't talk it ever, but when it comes to teaching, that's our job. I am not, y'all teach other women, not men. Y'all teach women, not men. Let a woman learn with Now, I really like that you asked me, can you teach me more about that, right? Because especially in our days, in our times, right now, I am applying this from a biblical viewpoint. If you're not acceptive of a biblical viewpoint, then I do understand why that might not be something you agree with, and that's okay. I'm not mad at you. You're not a bad person, bad woman, none of that. When we're looking at it from a biblical standpoint, right? When we look at that verse, he was talking about the women in the church. So when it's saying not to teach over men, right? It's not that you can't be a teacher or a professor, right, where you're literally teaching men, or even be like a life coach where possibly you could teach men, but is more so speaking to the men in your life that you have reverence for, and really all men. So could you teach a man? Meaning, if I meet you, right, and let's just say you know something about coding and I didn't. Like, could you teach me? Yes, perfectly fine. That's not what we're talking about here. Okay, so when we're talking about teaching, we're talking about teaching out into the actual world about real life things. Like, okay, so for an example, when it comes to how you ask me this question and you say, oh, okay, well, what more? Can you teach me more about that? Yeah, see, it's okay. I'm a man. And the reality is, I'm a leader. See, we can't get the roles confused. The man is the leader. Now, some women don't think some men are good leaders, so they won't follow. But that's because he's not being a good leader. That's his biblical role. That's why I'm saying the biblical viewpoint. The biblical viewpoint, the man is the leader. If you're looking at the video, in the verse that I'm specifically talking about, it says Adam wasn't transgressed, wasn't the first to transgress. He wasn't deceived. It was Eve. So God was trying to put order, saying that man is the leader and the woman is to follow and help. And what he's saying is, especially at the beginning, Adam followed Eve. Instead of leading her away from the fruit, she followed herself, and then he followed her decisions, and then look where it led. So to establish order, because if you accept the biblical worldview, then you're not disrespected by hearing order. The order is that it's God, Jesus, man, woman. That doesn't mean woman is less than. It's just the biblical order. I can't sit here and be like, oh, I'm less than Jesus. I want to be on the same level with Jesus. It's the order. I can't get mad at order. If you can accept the man as the leader, then you can accept that there's order. Because let's say a threat comes, right? Order is going to automatically correct itself. What do I mean? The man is going to start protecting. The woman is going to start defending or trying to get to safety. Order is going to restore itself. He is going to be the leader of that situation easily. It's going to be easily seen who the leader is. So when it comes to, again, right, being able to teach men, and I say that's our job. I'm not saying there's not female teachers. I have female professors that I look up to. Dr. Katie Hostler is one of them. So I'm never mad at females for teaching, but we're talking from a spiritual standpoint, not a academia standpoint, from a church standpoint. They was in church. So the person that wrote that was Paul. He was speaking to the church, and he was telling the women of the church that the man is the leader. Don't come in here trying to lead and teach, but to learn in silence. Because think about it, women don't learn in silence. That's not all, but most women, they don't learn in silence. They don't learn quietly. They like to overtalk, and that causes a lot of destruction or disorder. So, if you got a boyfriend going forward, right, or a friend or something, if they're trying to teach you, I would recommend from a modest woman standpoint to just listen, right? Even if you think they're wrong, listen. Make sure you listen and, go to other men that you deem worthy that can listen to that advice and add maybe their logical standpoint to it. But let's go over the video one more time to make sure I don't miss anything. Sorry. The quiet spirit and submissively. Moreover, in the area of teaching. Like, this is, again, to your man. I'm not saying every man on earth you do this to. No, to your man, to your godly man. That's why God, Jesus, man, you. But he has to be a godly man. You don't just do this to anybody. So I understand. I ain't telling you to do this to anybody. When it comes to teaching, it's not that you just can't talk it ever, but when it comes to teaching, that's our job. I am not, y'all teach other women, not men. Y'all teach women, not men. Let a woman. Exactly. Teach other women. Y'all can teach other women 10 times easier. You don't need to teach me. I need other men to help me, and you need other women to help you. And then periodically, I can help you, right? But even like this, like, I wouldn't want to continuously help you. I would eventually send you to a woman that I trust that can give you godly advice as well. So hopefully this helped. If you want me to explain anything else or you got any more questions, let me know. Anybody else got any more questions, let me know. And, I respond to all my comments. So anytime you comment, I try to make sure to give the flowers. Usually I put the comments on the radio. I won't be back into the radio station till Friday. So today is Tuesday. So we at the crib today, making sure we acknowledge the people that took the time to comment, and I want to take time on my day to show you that I'm giving you your acknowledgement, your flowers, and hopefully you return and come back. So thank you, and I hope you have a great day.